All right. So, as I had discussed, you're going to complete the know part of your KWL and the what part. What do you know about South Korea already, and what do you want to know about South Korea? So, take maybe a minute or two to write down about 2 to 3 facts. Go ahead.
Have you South Korea?
It's on the sheet. It's an interesting one, Angel. If you can only think of one, that's okay. And then move on to the next column. What do you want to know about South Korea? Think about something that maybe you'd like to learn about their culture or about the country. And when you're done, I'll know when your pencil is done. About 30 more seconds. Read over your work when you're done. Make sure you put everything you needed. About 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Is that gonna affect it? My computer like shuts off. All right. So today you can put your KWL chart to the side at the very bottom of your pile there. And today we're going to read Peach Heaven. So in order to do that, raise your hand if you've ever had a peach. Raise your hand if you have never had a peach or you never tried a peach. All right. Well, there's 4 peaches here for everybody.
Oh wait, I have had a peach before. I just remember.
So while we're reading, you can have your peaches. Everybody gets 4. You can just pick one as you go or take all 4. And
Probably getting not the biggest piece.
The substance is quite wet.
Can I get my peach?
Smells good.
okay, so
I did have a peach.
that's okay. So our book is Peach Heaven by Yang Suk Choi. And here, if you want to follow along with your packet that you have there, Bucheon, South Korea, August 1979. Yang Suk, I heard my grandma calling me, but I was dreaming of a peach garden in heaven. It had been raining for days, so I couldn't go outside to play. Although I had homework to do, I sat staring at the picture of heaven that hung above my desk. And believe it or not, this is the author when she was young.
Really?
She's writing about her own experience here.
Now I understand.
Yep. Maybe it wasn't really a picture of heaven, but it was how we imagined heaven might look. It showed children playing in a beautiful peach orchard. I had cut it out of a calendar. My homework assignment asked, "What is the best thing in your town? Tell us about it." I wrote peaches. My town, Bucheon, was famous for growing the best peaches in all Korea. The mountain behind our house was covered with orchards. The peaches were big and sweet with rosy skins and pale, juicy insides. They were sent to markets all over Korea. but I never got to have enough because they were expensive. So as you're eating them, you can taste the rosy skins and the juicy insides. It will be a good harvest this year, I'd heard my father say. When the harvest was good, everyone in our town seemed happier. I looked at the picture of heaven again and decided to visit the mountain orchard soon for my homework. Make sure you're following along. Yang Suk! Yang Suk! Grandma called again, more urgently. What does urgently mean? Yeah. In a hurry, yeah. Come and look at this, she said. Giant hailstones are falling, my brother said. Reluctantly, I left my room to answer Grandma, and then I saw. What does reluctantly mean?
I think I know what it means.
Kyle, what do you
It
think?
means that she quickly left the room, or she was wondering where she left.
Not quickly. Reluctantly, I left my room.
She rushed for me.
Look at her face in the picture.
When she left the room, like she was worried.
No, that's a good one though. Good try.
Angry.
If you're reluctant to do something, your mom or dad might want you to clean your room, but you're reluctant to clean your room.
You really refuse. So you take really you don't really feel like
Yes,
doing it.
good job. You don't really want to do it, so she didn't really want to leave her room. The water had risen above our stepping stone. Our shoes were floating around like little boats. My brother jumped up and down with excitement to see so much rain, but not me. My heart sank as rain poured down and down and down from the dark sky. I looked toward the mountain and couldn't see it. Look at that, Grandma called. She pointed to the corner where two rooftops met. Things were falling off the roof. They were too big to be hailstones, but we couldn't tell what they were. Grandmother tied one end of a long rope to a house post and the other end around my waist. I dared to step down into the water. It covered my knees and pushed against my legs, making it hard to walk. I moved through the water as fast as I could toward the falling objects. Be careful, Grandma called. What do you think they are?
Peaches.
I got closer and couldn't believe my eyes. Beautiful, ripe peaches were pouring up over the rooftops. Peaches! Peaches are coming down from the sky, Grandma! I yelled. How could it be raining peaches? I caught as many as I could in my umbrella. I bit into one, and a burst of sweet, juicy flavor filled my mouth. Remember, she could never eat them because they were too expensive then. The heavy rains had carried them all the way from the mountain orchards, Grandma told me, but who could explain why they were not battered or bruised? When my parents came home from work, we sat around our living room and feasted on peaches until we could eat no more. I forgot about the rain. I was in peach heaven. Later in the evening, when the rain finally stopped, my brother and I went out to fish for more peaches. Our neighbors came out too. The street had become a river. Everyone was excited. Everyone, but maybe not the farmers, I thought. I wondered about them. The farmers had worked so hard to grow the perfect peaches. I couldn't sleep that night. Then I had an idea. Early the next morning, I packed a small bag with a ball of Grandma's yarn and scissors and knocked on the doors of my friends. We took all the peaches we had gathered and loaded them into a cart. The road was muddy and the cart was heavy, but we pushed and pulled it up the mountain. Many empty trees were what we saw. We spread out in the orchard. Then we tied each peach to a branch with Grandma's yarn. When the farmer and his family came to see how much damage had been done to their crop, what they saw was some trees with peaches. I watched their faces turn from dark like rain to rosy like a peach. Soon neighbors arrived with carts full of peaches they had collected. We helped the farmers pick up all the peaches that lay beneath the trees in the orchards. I had so much to write about for my homework. The next spring, I spotted a small plant in the corner of our yard where the rooftops met. Grandma told me it was a peach tree. And if you look at this author's note, it says, on August 12, 1976, Huchan was hit by one of the heaviest rainfalls in its history. My memory of that time when it rained peaches is still vivid, meaning clear. In Korean mythology and culture, the peach is regarded as a magic fruit that brings a long and happy life. It symbolizes peace and is thought to be a strong defense against evil. Pictures of peach gardens like the one I once cut from a calendar hang in shops and homes all over Korea. Such scenes represent an ideal world and the dream of a time when people will live together in peace and happiness. This summer, it rained peaches reminds me of this, and also of my dear grandmother. Puchan is now a modern city. Many of the peach orchards have disappeared, but those that remain still produce the most beautiful, juicy, rose-skinned peaches in all the world. So this was a real story that
So the
happened to
peach-
Yang Suk.
So it was
So-
actually raining peaches?
Well,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because of all of the rain, right? They fell off the trees and they were falling from the rooftops.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so you are going to complete this little sheet that we have here. And in the peach tree, you're going to write all of the character traits that Yang Suk had throughout the story. And we've been working with character traits all year. Okay? And then on the bottom there, you see the big peach at the bottom? You're going to write the theme. What was the story? What was that recurring theme? What did they keep talking about? What was the lesson or moral that you learned from this story? Remember, Yang Suk she was so excited by all of the peaches, and then what did she start to think about? Who?
She started feeling bad about the farmers.
Yeah, and she wanted to do the right thing, right? So go ahead and work on that.
Alright, so right here.
And then when we're done, we'll fill out the learn piece of our KWL chart.
Alright, so we're supposed to write the character traits on the tree.
Yep, right in the little squigglies there.
Have you looked
Huh?
through the story?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think I do the theme first. Bye.